What's up, guys? Hyper D Kaiser here with my, I guess, the Bushiroad Springfest, the team league. We went to the New York qualifier, and I guess this is my deck profile slash experience slash whatever else you want to really call it. So I think we're going to start off with the deck profile, and then I'll explain. So I decided, along with Matt, to go with Aquaforce. My starter is Andre. I don't think I really need to explain what any of these do, so I'm fairly certain you're all familiar with Aquaforce and Lambros and all that other good stuff. So I decided to use Andre just because his skill I felt was better than Bubble Edge. Bubble Edge was just like a like a one turn thing. Oh, I get double draw if I get a perfect hand, that type of thing. So Andre was definitely a little bit more useful for that, either the Tidal-Bore or the Lambros turn. So let's start off with the strides, actually. We have 4 Lambros here. He is one of your win conditions of the deck. He is expensive, and he is really good. His skill, for those of you who don't know, on the 4th attack, when he attacks, if it's the 4th or more, 4th or more, he gets, and his skill activates, and you flip a copy of him out of the Gene Zone face up, and then you stand 2 of your rear guards. And if you have 2 or more face-up cards in your G-Zone, both those units get plus 10,000 power. That is kind of ridiculous, but Bushiroad decided to print it, so I'm going to use it. Our other strides are 3 copies of Tidal-Bore Dragon. Tidal-Bore is basically pretty much your first turn stride that you're going to go for. Whoa. Calm down there. Sorry about that. A little malfunction there. He is your go-to first turn stride. Almost always want to go into him, and pretty much his skill, for those of you who don't know, on the 3rd attack, 3rd battle of a turn, he gets a skill where if he hits, you draw a card, and then you can call 1 unit from your hand to the field. Pretty good. He is really good. A lot of the time, I'll explain a little bit later, but he's actually won me quite a few games just because of the 4th attack. So, pretty good. The last stride I used that I actually took out, but for the video and for keeping it the way it was at the tournament, used 1 Blizza. Sadly, I never actually used Blizza ever. It was pretty much just there for in case they got past both of my Lambros turns, he's going to swing for like infinite. So that was pretty much the idea behind that. Well, I think we'll move on to grade 3s. Excuse me, sorry. Whew. Man, one of my videos without me yawning, huh? We've got 4 copies of Thavis. Oop, whoa, there you go. Thavis. He is the Stride Break, and a very good one at that. His Stride Break ability is pretty much on the 4th attack that any of your units attacked after your unit has strided over it. You retire. You choose up to 3 of your opponent's rear guards and retire. They choose 1 and retire it. This gives Aquaforce a pretty good retiring method other than Maelstrom Reverse, which I actually, speaking of which, actually wait, forgot about his other skill. GB2, he pretty much becomes a Silent Tom with a crit. So that's for the other grade 3s that I'm running. I'm running 2 Max. Max is actually really good backup Vanguard, but he's also really good rear guard. That's one of the few things that Aquaforce always needs is grade 3s that can also become just rear guard attackers that have effects that still go off. He's on the third attack or fourth attack? Third. You counterblast one after he attacks, and you switch 2 of your units anywhere on the field, and choose one of them. It gets 2,000. So pretty good. And the other grade 3 I ran was 2 Maelstrom Reverse. Maelstrom Reverse is just one of those cards I needed a card. I felt like I needed a good round out to the grade 3s. Reverse would just give me the extra. Since it's a limit break, you don't have to worry about where your opponent's at, and the retiring ability and draw ability is always just good. And late game, it's just like they're almost always going to guard it, so it pretty much guarantees you a draw and retiring one of their rear guards. So always good. Grade 2s. 4 copies of Tidal Assault. One of the most infamous and really probably one of the best grade 2s the Aquaforce clan has currently, just because of the ability to stand with the cost of losing 5,000. Excuse me. With the cost of losing 5,000 power, really not that big of a deal. So he's just really, really good. Next up, we have only 3 Magnum Assaults. We'll get into that and why in a bit, but he is the other really, really good grade 2 for Aquaforce. The only downside is he has to be GB1, which is why Tidal Assault is slightly better, because you don't need to be GB1. But Magnum Assault is still a really, really strong card, just because its ability is GB1. If it gets boosted and it attacks the Vanguard, you counterblast one at the end of the battle. It stands and gets plus 2,000. It becomes an 11k attacker until the end of the turn. So it's really good, especially because it becomes 21 with Lambros when Lambros goes off. So, pretty good. My last 2 grade 2s, 2 couple daggers. Jesus, can I stop yawning, please? 2 couple dagger sailors, 2 high tide snipers. Couple dagger I actually picked up at the qualifier itself, just because I was testing on cardfight area with couple dagger, and couple dagger actually puts in a lot of work turn 2 for that early game rush, which is pretty much what you almost always want to do with this deck. High tide is more like late game swing for huge numbers because of its ability. So I wanted to use both, so I felt 2 and 2 was good. And at the regional, I'll explain how well I did at the regional, but he definitely put in a lot of work. So did, and Couple Dagger was just ridiculous too. So that's it for the grade 2s. Grade 1s. We're going backwards, people, because we're awesome like that. 4 of the Stride Enabler, Nikki. Really good card, solid card. Searches out Thavas if you don't have it. So. Just generally really good. The next one is Stacia. This is now probably going to be one of the staple grade 1s you almost always see. You're probably going to see in almost every single Aquaforce deck there is now, and it's from the frickin'. It's a common from a base set, which is ridiculous. It's just so good. It's a GB1. It can attack from the back row. And when it does attack from the back row, it gets 3k. So it's a 9k attacker from the back row at GB1. So it just swings at rear guards and not care. It's just ridiculous. And if you give it like Malika, the draw trigger plus 3, 12k attacker from the rear. So it's a Vanguard. Make them block for 5, just from 1 attack. From the back row for no reason. So it's just really good. Then we got 2 Light Signal Penguins just for the added draw power. What do I want to say? It did not actually conflict with High Tide Sniper, and I'll explain why in a few. Besides the soul charging triggers and the starter, sure, you soul blast too, but you're going to use the starter skill to put it in the soul. And High Tide Snipers you're probably only going to maybe use it once or twice, so you're probably going to end up using one of the draw triggers to give something plus 3,000. So either way, draw power is draw power. And then finally, 4 regular perfect guards. The unflipped perfect guards are good, but my idea was that I know I'll be not, I didn't come up with it, but I've heard it from a lot of people, and I thought it was really good. Was that the fact you're going to need to protect your rear guards against vanguard attacks, regardless. So regular perfect guards can actually protect, obviously, the rear guards. Meanwhile, the new perfect guards can only protect the vanguard. So that's why I chose them instead of the new perfect guards. On to the grade zeros. The triggers, obviously. I went with. Let's not move that off of the camera. 6 critical. 3 of the unflipper ones and 3 of the Maelstrom booster ones. I only use in these since I'm using Maelstrom Reverse, and just in case it came up where I needed to. They're at 5, and I want his attack to get through. Pretty much guarantees it. So they can always perfect guard it, but if it's that late game, then they're most likely used up their perfect guards on Lambros. So, and then I went with 6 draw triggers. Malik is just ridiculously good in this deck because it gives plus 3k. You can give it to Tidal Assault or Stacia, and they become 12k swings. And of course, a Tidal Assault just stands, and you're just like, okay, cool, I don't care. Swing it something else, or boost it and swing, or power it up with Lambros and swing. And it's just really, really solid card in Aquaforce. And I went with 6/6 because I needed the draw powers to draw into my combo pieces for the attack patterns, that type of thing. And of course, we have to end with 4 heals. And that's it for the deck profile. I guess we'll move on to the matches. I don't remember the exact order this was in, but I played against Neonectar. I played 7. The thing was 8 rounds, but I only played 7 matches. My team went 4-3, and we decided after the last round that we'd drop, just because we weren't going to make top 8, and we were actually really tired. So I agreed with them that we should just leave. So we left. We dropped and left. Our team number, where did I put it? Was 18. I was the middle seat. I went against 7 different clans, which is, I find very odd that I was able to go against 7 different clans in a tournament like this. But it was Neonectar, Shadow Paladin, Nova Grapplers, why can I not remember? Did I go against Aquaforce? I don't think I mirror matched. No, I did mirror match once. Yeah, okay. So Neonectar, Aquaforce, Shadow Paladin, Nova Grapplers. Why can I not remember the rest of these? Did I go against Kagura? No, I didn't. Narukami. Gear Chronicle. And I don't remember the last one. Either way, I really wish I'd written it down. Just because it was like the games was OTT? No, it wasn't OTT. Either way, whatever, it doesn't matter. I went 7-0 in this tournament. Aquaforce is ridiculous. I don't understand why they made Lambros, but then again, I only used Lambros maybe 3 times this tournament. I usually won just because of the grade 2 rush, so they didn't have any guard. And then when I hit grade, by the time I was able to stride, they didn't really have much left to guard with, so they were pretty much going to die. So the deck is really solid and consistent and very, very aggressive. You have to make sure turn 2 you have at least. I'd always make sure to have at least 2 grade 2s, usually something in Tidal Assault. If you have a grade 2 couple dagger Tidal Assault and just anything, it's just ridiculous. Like the plays you can do is just so good. But yeah, I know I'm usually the OTT Genesis type player, but I felt like I really liked the way, just like the way Aquaforce played, so I figured I'd run that today. Not today, but 2 days ago now. Since it's Monday now. Monday at 5 o'clock in the morning. Why am I doing this so early? I don't know. It's been 15 minutes. Holy crap. But yeah, the atmosphere was actually a lot better than last time I went. Thank God there was no round zero like I heard there was last year. People there were very nice. Like, all the people we played against, none of them were really, like... Nobody was really cocky, nobody was really, like, a jerk or anything. Like, the atmosphere was very pleasant and very, very enjoyable. I really think... Like, that's the one thing I do like about Vanguard. The atmosphere is almost always enjoyable. There's not really... Unless you get those, occasional jerks or whatever, but it's a lot better than Yu-Gi-Oh! Is. And... I still play Yu-Gi-Oh! Unfortunately, but, once in a while, not as much as I used to. Like, I still have heroes just chilling over here, because I can't let that deck die, apparently. But, yeah, the deck was, I'm sorry, the trip was 2 hours almost for us, so it was a lot of fun. I definitely had fun there. I picked up some nifty sleeves and stuff like that. Like, I picked up these over sleeves I had for my extra deck with the little patterns on the thing. And some Kai sleeves, because I am a Kai fanboy, of course. Also a Red fanboy, but, Shadow Paladins for life, I wish. But yeah, the deck performed very well. I don't think I'd really change much in it. Maybe back and forth with the grade 1s, possibly. But maybe take out the Penguin Soldiers and put something else in, I don't know. Maybe like... Actually, I really don't know. But yeah, the deck was really solid. Maybe change up the grade 3s if anything, but yeah. I really liked it, so I think I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you very much for watching and listening to me ramble about the Springfest thing. We didn't actually stay for the free fights, but yeah. Alright, so I will, like I said, thanks a lot for listening. Leave a like if you want to hear, see more Vanguard stuff, or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or whatever. Just, if you want me to post more again, let me know. So, alright, YouTube, peace out.